Morning all students, how are you? I hope you are best and fine. And now we are going to our conclusion of our acids and bases lesson. And yesterday we are already completed one of the product of our common salt, and that is only baking soda and as well as the washing soda. Yes, there is about if these things are regularly available in our home also. These are the things. Yes, but the chemical reactions and the nature of these two are come from the NaCl only. That's why these are the basis salts only. Yes, basic nature they contain, and as well as the chemical reactions are very important. And here there is a sodium hydrogen carbonate, whatever the sodium hydrogen carbonate formation, and as well as there is a whatever other sodium hydrogen carbonate is a produces sodium carbonate. Okay, these two are very important. Yes, and here now we are going to discuss about our next concept, that is only the crystallization. Very important. The crystallization is a very important part. Here, activity 16. That is already yesterday we are raised one doubt. What is that doubt? Okay, when you take that Na2CO3, yes, with what? Water. 10 moles of water. At that time only it is only called what actually washing soda. So many of the students are made wrong in this formula. Don't confuse about this. Okay, now washing soda is nothing but compulsory. You have to write this NH2O. Without the NH2O, it's called sodium carbonate only, not it's called as soda. Okay, clear or not all the students? And as well as there is a whatever this NH2O means what actually H2O means what? Water. When we added water to the one chemical, it is a become what actually? It is a become what? It is a liquid. It is a become what? Actually it is a become, first thing is a wet. Okay, clear or not all of you? It is not a become liquid. It is not become aqueous solution. It is a become wet. But it is when it is coming as a soda, you know very well, washing soda, you already know very well. After heating baking soda, okay now, yes, and afterwards there is a what? We have to recrystallization. We have to, it is what? Recrystallization. Yes, recrystallization. Afterwards only there is, it is converted as a washing soda. Clear or not all the students? Yes, and we are take what actually Na2CO3 and as well as what add with the H2O. At that time only we get as it is Na2CO3 10H2O. Okay now? Yes, understood not all of you? It is contained inside of Na2CO3 crystals. Okay, it will be in the form of a powder. Okay, this is added with the what H2O, and then we are undergoes the crystallization part. You know very well what is the crystallization. Okay, clear or not all the students? In the 7th class only are completed about this concept in the separation of substances techniques. Different separation of substances techniques are there. You know very well about that. Crystallization, decantation, chromatography. Okay now? Yes, sedimentation. Yes, decantation and sedimentation, crystallization. Okay, distillation. These all are mainly these all we are used in our laboratory also, and some particularly sieving, hand picking. These all are separation of substances. Okay, don't delete yours whatever the lower class topics are there. Okay, they compulsory used in your higher classes, especially in the 6th and 7th and 8th and 9th. Whatever the topics are there, they compulsory may useful in your intermediate also, like this. Okay, if you don't know about the crystallization and that particular this 6th class 7th class concept, now there is again one question mark will be get for you. In that 6th class only the same experiment of activity, in the 7th class only, sorry, in the 6th class only the same experiment of activity is also there for us. What is that? Yes, you have to take here what actually, yes, one of the copper sulfate. Activity 16 purpose we are taken here. Yes, that is what actually copper sulfate crystals, whatever the copper sulfate granules are there, the copper sulfate granules are taken inside of one test tube, and then after you are heat that copper sulfate is yeah, that is what when you take here the copper sulfate test tube in the test tube, in that copper sulfate is a burn, yes, directly we not burn, yes, in the we provided somewhat, yes, somewhat Bernal 5 to the test tube, automatically the copper sulfate is heated, and one thing we observed on the walls of the test tube there is somewhat 2 to 3 droplets may observe by us. What is the 2 to 3 droplets? That is only the water. When we are heated that copper sulfate, whatever the moisture content is there inside it, it will be comes out. Okay, clear or not all of you? Yes. Yes, here there is a, because of that there is a, what is the changes are getting. Okay, there is a, what is the changes are getting. The copper sulfate is a contain a blue color actually, but the color is a changes. Okay, clear or not all of you? The color of copper sulfate is a changes. The blue color changes and it will be looks into the somewhat ash color. Okay, and what is that blue color actually we are consider? Yes, the blue color is, yes, it is whatever the copper sulfate contain, water molecules. Okay, clear or not all of you? That salt, the copper sulfate is a contain what actually? Copper sulfate is a contain somewhat amount of water with it. It is one of the salt, you know very well. It is a contain somewhat of water contained inside it. Okay, that water content is is as in the form of H2O. Okay, this whatever the water molecules are they removed because of the crystallization, and automatically that copper sulfate is remained as what without the content of moisture, that will be only possible by the our crystallization. Clear or not all of you students? You know very well there is about whatever the salt you take here, compulsory what it is the form of? Yes, when we add NaOH with the what HCl, what will we get for us? NaCl will be get for us with the what water, content of water. Clear or not all the students? And as well as there is a what here, when you take here cupric acid, okay, clear or not? Otherwise the copper hydroxide here now take here. Okay, now that copper hydroxide is combined with the water. Okay, clear or not all of you students? Copper hydroxide is combined with the water. Yes. Here we take H2SO4. Okay, clear or not all the students? Now it will be formed as a, what here will be get for us? There is taken twice here, you have to take here. Okay, clear or not all the students? Copper hydroxide, it is gives as a what actually? It gives as a copper sulfate plus H2O. Yes, whatever this H2O it is there here, that H2O is only comes out. Okay, due to the crystallization. Got it or not, all the students? I hope you got it. It is activity 16. There is a compulsory. You know very well only one thing now. Yes, when we are added acid with the bases, there is what will be get for us? Salt plus water will be get for us. Here also in our copper sulfate, otherwise there is you take here our sodium carbonate, they contain some amount of water. Okay, now yes, there is a water when it is available in this form. At that time, when we crystallize it, there is a we'll get that our salt in the form of a crystal. Okay, clear or not, all of you? Like that only. Why we are taking this activity? One more product is also get for us. One more product is also get for us. That is only plaster of Paris. Okay, clear or not, all of you? Because of the crystallization. Because of the crystallization, there is a what will be get for us? There is a somewhat hard material will be get for us. Okay, clear or not, all the students? What is the crystallization? You know very well, I hope. There is about when you take it is aqueous solution. Otherwise, when it is a solution, when we provide the heat, yes, at somewhat a boiling point, the total whatever the liquid contained with the solution, that is become vaporized. At a boiling point. Suppose you take water, the boiling point is 100 degrees centigrade. When we produce the 100 degrees centigrade, automatically, what is going on? The water will become vaporized. In this format only, whatever our salts are there, in case they combine with any moisture, the moisture is removed by the water crystallization process. Okay, clear? Why? Because it is a contained moisture. You know very well about this. Yes, during the reaction of a salt formation by using acids and bases, okay, there is a what with the salt, the water is also compulsory product produced as a product. Okay, that's why there is a what we want to remove that combination. Okay, clear or not, all of you? Remove that combination. Tell me there is individually forms actually. Yes, when we go with the combinations of acids and bases, the salt is a formed and as well as the water is also formed. They formed individually. No, they not formed individually. They combined together only formed. Okay, we want to remove that water content from our this acidic or basic salt. Okay, now we want to go with the what? Crystallization. What is the crystallization process? Just you take a test tube and take whatever the combination is formed because of acids and bases combination and heat it at up to boiling point, whatever the liquid, water contain. That's why you can boil that thing up to 100 degrees centigrade. You will get that whatever the water is there, that will be totally become a vapor, and the remaining thing is only our concerned salt. Like that our NaCl, how we are taken from our sea water. You know very well. We heated or not that our sea water? Yeah, we are after heating by using the sunlight. At that time only our common salt may get for us. Okay, in this manner only we are going with our copper sulfate is also may comes out here. We take a copper sulfate, and because of that there is a what when you take here the sea water also, where it is a contain somewhat blue color, and then it is a become white color or not. When you take it is a water with the water that NaCl, it looks like in a blue color. Okay, clear or not, all of you? And afterwards it is a looks in a white color like a salt. Now whatever we are using, no, not like that. It is appear not like that now. After crystallization only it will be appear like that. Okay, yes, here also simple thing, copper sulfate actually contain a blue color. But when we remove the water content from it, it will be changes its color. It's not restore the blue color. Okay, clear or not? Yes, because of what? Water is become vaporized from it. Clear? And now there is it is about actually whatever copper sulfate it is contained with the water, it is called hydrated copper sulfate. Yes, when you take copper sulfate, yes, with the water, yes, with the water of a 5H2O, it will be contained. Okay, clear or not, all the students? Yes, suppose you take here what? This baking soda. It is a Na2CO3 plus 10H2O. It is a what actually? It is a salt. It is a water content. That's why it is a hydrated sodium carbonate. It is a hydrated copper sulfate. The hydrated salts whatever there, that will be treated as again original salt. Compulsory we have to go with the what crystallization format. Okay, clear or not? We go with should be compulsory crystallization process only. Here, because of the crystallization, yes, there is only water content is may remain. Yes, now you know very well about that. Because of crystallization, it will be wet or not. Yes, that will only get for us. Yes, and here when you take another salt, what is that salt? Calcium sulfate. Okay, clear or not all of you? Calcium sulfate, when you take it is with some amount of water, it is called gypsum. It is called what actually? It is called gypsum. It is called actually gypsum. Okay, clear or not all of you? Yes? Got it or not? Yes? What you not understood, please tell me. Here, simple thing, copper sulfate, whatever there individually, it is not appear as a blue color. When it is added with somewhat moisture, it is contained in a what actually? Yes, it is wet condition only. Okay, it is not in a dry condition. Why? Because already it is added with the water. Okay, simple thing. Crystallization of water is nothing but remove the water from the whatever the moisture salt or otherwise whatever the hydrated salt. Okay, clear or not all of you? Simply we provided the boiling point temperature to the crystal. Automatically, yes, that will be removed from the what actually? That will be removed from the our whatever the combination of water and the salt. Got it? Yes, and here there is suppose you take washing soda, suppose you take copper sulfate, suppose you take calcium sulfate, whatever the salt you have to take. Already I am given this information also. When you touch our salt, it's what actually? It's contains somewhat moisture inside it. Clear or not all students? Suppose when you take a salt, okay, now yes, and you don't pack it. Okay, you take salt on one floor. Okay, now remove that salt after some particular 4 or 5 hours. Yes, and whatever the bottom of the salt is there, it will be look somewhat in a wet position. Otherwise, it contains somewhat moisture. Yes, clear or not all students? I hope what it is. Once again, you know very well about that whatever our salts are formed due to the combination of acids and bases, they are contained what actually? Due to the combinations of acids and bases, whatever the salt is formed, the salt contain inside it the water content or not? Yeah, it is a compulsory contain water content. Yes. By using our crystallization process, we removed that water content from it. Here also we are taken a copper sulfate. The copper sulfate is with the moisture of water, with the form of a hydrated copper sulfate. It look in a blue color. Yes, when we are heated that, for that our test tube there is a bubbles, water bubbles may appear for us. The water actually not appear as in a copper sulfate without a heating. But when we are heated, automatically the copper sulfate may releases some amount of water. Okay, yes, in the form of a vapor. The vapor things are attached with the water our that particular test tube walls. You know very well when vapor is cooled, again it is looks like a liquid. In that mode only that all are test tube. It is deposited on the test tube. Got it or not? But what the changes may consider in the copper sulfate before that it is in a blue color. But when we crystallize it, the color is the changes. Why the color is the changes? Whatever the water content are there with the copper sulfate, that may escaped from the copper sulfate and they deposited on that particular test tube walls, and because of that copper sulfate loss its blue color. Again we have added somewhat moisture to it. Again it will be converted as into blue color. What you conclude from this one? Every salt is a contain. Every salt is a contain. Yes, which is formed because of combination of acids and bases. They contain somewhat moisture inside it. Okay, now that moisture is removed or the moisture may added more. They works as in a different products. Okay, clear or not all of you? Like our Na2CO3, there may not contain initially 10H2O. In case we are added 10H2O and then we crystallize it, that is become as a actually what? Washing soda. Yes, when you take here, there is our copper sulfate with the 5H2O, 5 molecules of water for 1 formula unit of a salt. It is become as a hydrated copper sulfate. Like that only, when you take a calcium sulfate, that calcium sulfate is combined with 2H2O. Clear or not all students? This is a very important formula for you. Okay, now that is only called what? Gypsum. Okay, we know very well. The gypsum is used in a what? Gypsum is used for what? For cement industry purpose. For the preparation of cement, the gypsum is a raw material. Okay, clear or not all the students? Yes. Once check it here. Once when we are taken our cement, okay, now in the moisture in the environment, nothing but when we heated the cement, okay, automatically it is become what actually somewhat a crystals or not? Clear or not all the students? Suppose you take a cement and the cement is take into the environment with the wax also. After some days it will become as a rock. Clear or not all? Why? Because the moisture is removed. The remaining thing is what? Calcium sulfate. The calcium sulfate is only, okay, now yes, makes that much of a hard. Okay, clear or not all of you? The question may ask like this also, no, generally. Why the cement bags are exposed to the air and the temperature? Why it is become hard? Why? Because they become crystallized. The cement is a contain a gypsum. The gypsum is removed from the cement. The gypsum is containing the cement. In the gypsum, there is whatever the moisture is there. The moisture is removed because of sun heat, and that's why that become as a crystallized form. Okay, this is only the answer because of crystallization. Okay, clear? This is only about our crystallization. Anyone have any doubt? That is a very important. Whatever the hydrated copper sulfate is there, that is a very important concept. That hydrated copper sulfate formula and the gypsum formula is also very important. And what is the wet nature for that our washing soda, and as well as there is whatever our copper sulfate, otherwise this whatever our gypsum, these all are in a wet condition or in a dry condition. Actually the slight wet condition may contain for all these things. Once you touch our whatever the washing soda it is there, it will be somewhat cooler than us. And as well as when you touch there is a cement initially, it will be somewhat cooler. Looks it is in a cooler mode. Okay, clear or not all students? And like the copper sulfate, when you touch the copper sulfate, it is also do somewhat it in a wet conditions only will be get for us. Okay, now yes. And somewhat when we heat it, then it will be converted as somewhat crystals. That crystals may not contain as in a wet condition. After crystallization, they are not contain a wet condition. But very important question, that Na2CO3, maybe they are not asking about the washing soda. Yes, the question may frame like Na2CO3 dot 10H2O. It is a wet or dry or may crystal or none of these. It is in a wet condition, it will be available. Not it is in the form of a crystals. Okay, clear? Yeah, this is only about our concept of washing soda and as well as the crystallization. Got it? Now, last component, that is only when you take a gypsum is a container what a calcium sulfate is added with the 10H2O, sorry 2H2O. It is called what actually? It is called a gypsum. You don't take a 2H2O, in case you are taken there is a what our calcium sulfate is contained as a half H2O only. That is called what actually? That is called as the plaster of Paris. It's called as the plaster of Paris. It's called as the plaster of Paris. Yes, there is it is what actually when we are heated our gypsum at a 373 Kelvin, it loses total whatever the water molecules are there. Okay, now it will be taken as a half H2O. Yes, this is only called actually plaster of Paris. Okay, clear or not all of you? You know very well. Yes, how we use our plaster of Paris in our day-to-day life. Especially it will be used for the preparation of the toys. Okay, now for you know very well for and as well as whatever our traditionally we are used what actually. Yes, whatever we are used our this plaster Paris for the what actually for the yes especially orthopedics there is used this one fractured bones are setting into the right position purpose they are plastering. Okay, now by using this plaster of Paris only when it is mixed with water again it will become what actually very hard. Okay, now yes, and especially again when we are added there is what one more 1/2H2O it will be given as a what actually again yes as a gypsum. Got it or not? Yes, this is only the information about our plaster of Paris. Okay, got it or not? This about our acids and bases lesson. Once again I am repeat it here, listen carefully. The plaster of Paris, what is the plaster of Paris? How will get? The question may ask for you. Okay, clear or not all of you? What is the plaster of Paris? What is the plaster of Paris? Tell me. Yeah, plaster of Paris may come from where? Plaster of Paris may come from the gypsum. Whatever the gypsum is there, yes, we are heated the gypsum 373 Kelvin. What we understood from this Manasi 373 Kelvin? Already we are discussing. Yes, 373 Kelvin is equal to what? 100 degrees centigrade. You know very well about that. Yes, 0 degrees is equal to 273 Kelvin. Okay, now yes, what they are making? Yes, crystallization simply. Okay, this is used to this gypsum is nothing but we are provided boiling point temperature to the water. That is only called a crystallization simply. Evaporated in this particular position, water is in which mode? In a vaporization format. Okay, now clear in a vapor format. That vapor is removed from the gypsum, the plaster of Paris will form. Okay, clear or not all of you? But it is a contain of H2O. It is possible to take half H2O? No, it is not possible to take half H2O. There is a what actually it will be available in the form of like this. Okay, clear or not all of you? Our plaster of Paris available in the form of like this one. Okay, clear or not all the students? Actually, in a general manner, okay, our two copper sulfates are shared one water molecule. Okay, that is only gives as a plaster of Paris for us. Understood not all of you? Yes, the question already there in our textbook also. What is there here? Yes, how can get a half water molecule? Okay, it is written in the form of yes, two formula units of copper sulfate share one molecule of water. That is a very important. The question may ask for you like this. Yes, in the plaster of Paris there is exist only half H2O. okay, half of the water molecule. It's a correct or not? Yeah, it is not a correct. Okay, there is not a possibility to take half molecule. There is a diatomic molecule is there, triatomic molecule is there, more than that atomic number of atoms are involved in the molecule. But one half molecule are not involved in any other substances. There is no existence of not only the water, any other molecules are not as possible to take as a half. But based on the formula units, yes, there will be written as like this. It is a contained for one copper sulfate, only half water component. Okay, now, but as in general format, it is available as in this form only. Okay, now, yes, this is only the very important question. Yes, and so many of the students are neglected these components in your examination purpose of our acids and bases. You concentrate only on the chemical properties, physical properties and pH scales. But once check in our previous examination, every annual examination compulsory contain at last 1 to 2 marks from these 4 parts. What is that 4 parts? There is the first thing is about what is the importance of pH in our day life. That is the very important. Okay, now, and the critical question may come from that. Especially whatever that up to pH scale it is there, up to that there is a easy questions are only there. But after this, there is we have somewhat a critical question and twisting questions may have possibility to ask. That's why we concentrate on this part now. What is that? Washing soda, baking soda, plaster of Paris, and as well as there is whatever our the components are very important for us. Bleaching powder, these all are very important for us. Got it? Bleaching powder, baking soda, washing soda, plaster of Paris. Based on this one, number of 1 mark questions are may possible. Okay, clear or not all of you? There is may the critical questions like this. Okay, may we are not concentrate on this one now. There is what is the copper sulfate. Formula is half H2 only. In this one there is a exist of H2O, half number of water molecules may exist like that only. No, it is like that. Otherwise, may here the water content. Yes, how we remove the water content. Okay, this is also very important. Okay, now, yes, that is because of crystallization we remove the water content. What is going on when we remove the water content? May the color losses may become in the form of a crystal. Suppose you take a washing soda and you heated it, automatically it is converted in the form of a small crystals. You take a surf, otherwise any detergent powder. Once you heat it, okay, it loses the color. Okay, clear or not all the students? And automatically somewhat a crystallized sodium carbonate components may get from that washing soda. Okay, like that mainly when we remove that water content inside of a salts, okay, now automatically they become crystallized format. Simple thing, already I have given so many examples. You take a NaCl salt, once you after completion of our class, once you go take and salt, how it will be look somewhat in a moisture nature. Otherwise, you take on paper, you put it is on sunlight. In the sunlight, automatically somewhat moisture may attach to the paper. Okay, clear or not all the students? Yes, this is only about our crystallization and plaster of Paris. I hope you all understood. I am taken a class 1 month for this lesson. Okay, now it's a very long time and so many holidays and examinations are there. In that because of that, it will be takes a lot of time. And tomorrow onwards we are going with our new lesson. There is no need to again go with these learning objectives and all these things. Okay, if we have any time later, we will take it easy. Clear or not all the students? Everything will be already discussed. The questions are at the time of class only. Yes, and tomorrow onwards we will go with our new lesson, interesting lesson, physics lesson, that is only refraction of light at a curved surfaces. Continuation of our 9th class lesson. Okay, now. So all the students be concentrated on 9th class also. 9th class refraction of light also. Okay. Yes. At a plane surface it will be there. Now it is for curved surface is there in our this 10th class. Thank you. Bye. Take care. Meet with the tomorrow new lesson. Bye.